Hello everyone, I welcome you in this session of PYQ Analysis where we are going to cover these three important things. One is PYQ Analysis, another is PYQ Content Preparation, and third is PYQ Solving. See, these two things, Content Preparation and PYQ Solving, are important because without them PYQ Analysis is little incomplete. Like after analyzing, we should have some action thing in order to implement what we have analyzed, and for that PYQ content preparation and solving will definitely help. So this PDF is available on Telegram group. If you want, you can download it, and along with the session you can go through it. In PYQ analysis, we are going to see quantitative analysis and qualitative analysis. In PYQ content preparation, we are going to see statics book preparation and online preparation, and also how to make the notes. In PYQ solving, we are going to see how to approach knowledge based question, then logic based question, and then gut feeling based question, how to solve them. Okay, so let us start the session. In PYQ analysis, again, this is first part we are dealing, PYQ analysis. So again, we have two types as we have seen, quantitative and qualitative, right? So this is some of the ways in which we can analyze PYQ. There can be multiple other ways. I am trying to cover all of them in one session. PYQ analysis is a very exhaustive and huge exercise. I am trying my best to cover all the related aspects in this session. Quantitative analysis, we have subject-wise analysis and category-wise analysis. In qualitative analysis, we have the first trend is exact questions are getting repeated with some minor modifications. This is little rare, or maybe very less amount of questions will be repeated, but this is happening. Like this is one of the analysis. Then second is some themes and trends of this year will get repeated next year. For example, 2020 themes and trends will get repeated in 2022, like that, exactly after 1 year. Then third is themes and trends of previous years will get repeated after few years. For example, 2015 questions will be repeated, the theme or the trend or the other aspects of that question will be repeated in 2022. So after a few years of gap. And the last analytical trend is options are getting repeated. For example, if some question has Lohit as option, it will be repeated in the some other year's PYQ, like that. So all these things we are going to see in this session. I have taken screenshots of all these trends, and I have illustrated them how it is going to be explained in this session. Okay, so let us start with quantitative analysis. This is a subject-wise analysis chart which I have prepared. So we can see that how many questions are coming from which subject. So this is polity. So in 2020 to 2024 paper I am analyzing. Polity 17, 18, 16, 13, 18. That means out of total 500, 5 years of question, number of polity questions are 82, right? Which is 16.4%. Then economy, it's 17, 14, 12, 12, 9, total 64, 12.8%. Geography 12, 10, 12, 15, 17, total 66, 13.2%. Now we all have heard and we know that static part is around 50 to 60%. Questions are coming majorly from polity, economy, geography. But after this, statistical evidences, it is very clear and one can be very assured that this is happening. This is not just some saying, this is happening. So cumulatively, the percentage of all these subjects and environment is very, very high. I have added exclusive current affair questions here, but those questions which are asked from current affair topics but in static form, I have included them in polity, economy, geography and environment only. See, I was myself in preparation mode in 2020 to 2024, so I know which questions which questions came directly as current affairs exclusive and which questions came from current affair but they were derived from the static. So one can solve them based on their static knowledge itself. Okay. So exclusive current affair questions, can you see it is 6, 4, 16, 11, 13 and 50, total 50, that is 10%. Right. So can you analyze that we divide our preparation aspect into static half and current half. but static portion is much higher, and current portion is just 10%, and still we are allocating half of our time to the current affairs, exclusive current affairs, right? So this we can deduct this analysis. This is my analytical deduction. You can deduct some other aspects also. So I always used to give more time to statics, like 2/3 of time to statics and 1/3 time to current only, because I know exclusive current affairs questions are very less, and even they are not from the sources which maybe one is reading. They are little random. Only few questions will be there directly from the sources, right? Then we can have one more analysis, like schemes questions they are asking. For example, they did not ask any question in 2021 and 22, but in 2024 they asked 3, right? So, and they were very much doable. So just little bit of schemes preparation in my group. We had a 3 people group, so we divided some booklet into 3 parts, and we prepared our schemes. We exchanged with them, with each other, and we are done with the schemes part, like that. Because the percentage is very low, so the effort should also be minimal, right? One should not sit and read all the schemes on the person's with himself or herself, because the percentage of questions and the weightage is very low, right? So now I don't know what will be the trend in 2025, but based on the past trends, I am analyzing all these things, right? And this is only thing which is in our hand. I will never go for prediction of 2025, because I feel that based on the prediction of past years, if I am preparing, that is much more, like that is enough to clear this examination. Why to run after what will be there in 2025, right? Okay, so another thing is that one of my student, she was having good hold over all the subjects, but she was not getting questions from polity right and questions from medieval India right? So polity she had read, and she had analyzed, revised it 1 or 2 times, and still she was not getting 4-5 questions right among polity questions, right? Out of 18, let us suppose she was getting only 12-13 right. Done. And medieval also was a weak area for her, like she was not getting any questions right from medieval. Let us suppose 2 questions were there in paper and she was getting them wrong. Then 3 questions were there in paper and it was getting wrong, like that. Like only 1 questions will be right and 2 questions will be wrong. So she was very much worried for medieval, very much worried that her anxiety level was very high. So I told her that if polity is such a consistent dominant theme, and she is getting 4-5 questions wrong in polity, and medieval is such a normal theme, like 1, 2 or 3 questions will be asked, and out of them she will get 1 or 2 right and 2 and 3 wrongs. So why to worry for medieval? Focus on polity more. Given the time left with her, it is always advisable that one should be very thorough with such a dominant subjects, rather than worrying for less dominant subjects. Are you getting this? So she shifted her focus to polity, and she is getting almost every question right from polity. So rather than worrying for some less dominant subjects, let us focus on more dominant subjects according to the past year trends. Let us get everything right in them, and then dealing with other aspects is okay, like that. So we should get an analytical trend or deduction from this quantitative analysis. What should we do, what should not be? Let me tell you one more thing. See this sports questions, 2020 they have asked 0, 2021 it was like 3 questions, right? And 2022 again they asked 0. So people thought that they just randomly asked this sports questions, and I will prepare some of them, I will not prepare some of them. So some people prepared very thoroughly for sports, but questions came 0. Some people did not prepare, so they were lucky, but those people were caught in 2023 because they asked again 2 questions from sports. So in 2024 they did not ask. So to 2025 they might ask, we don't know, because 2024 we have some of the major events in sports, like Olympic happened, like chess tournaments happened, cricket tournaments happened. So one might prepare some sports questions or 1 or 2 page sports notes for 2025, right? So some Olympic facts one can go through, like that. So if we can see this, we can be prepared for 2025, and we can devise our strategy. Same goes with those defense questions. They have started asking some defense related questions in recent year, so I'll prepare them. They have started asking analytical nature of polity questions and post independent questions in polity, so I'll start preparing them. So all these analysis help me in devising my strategy for my preparation, and this can be the analysis way of PYQ. So this is some illustration. Definitely there will be so many other illustrations that you can derive. If I'm applying only my head, I can think about all these things, but if 100 other people are applying their head, then there will be so many other illustrations. So you should analyze them in this manner. This chart you can get and you can devise your own illustrations. Next is quantitative analysis category wise. So I always used to divide questions in categories. Few questions will be knowledge based, which are coming directly from static sources. Few questions will be logic based, like they are not completely from static sources. We have to apply some logic there and deduce the answer. Few questions are absolutely gut feeling based, like we have to believe in our gut feeling and go for these questions. So there are very few, like 9 in 2020, 10 in 2021, 4, then 8. But yes, they are there. These category questions will be like that Vitard Vidvansak question in 2020, or that frog hopper cicada questions in 2024, like that. Logical questions are doable questions. They are based on our knowledge only. Then again, there are some hard category questions. Every year there will be 4, 5, 6 questions depending on one's preparation level. For somebody it will be only 4, for somebody it will be 10 questions, which that person should leave. Otherwise chances of getting that questions negative mark will increase, right? I always used to leave, like in spite of all this preparation, my attempt will revolve around 90. It will not go 95 or 96 because I know my pattern, right? So everybody should identify their hard category and leave those questions rather than just marking them and getting them wrong. Then there are some mapping based questions, which are, some years it is very high, 11, some years it is okay, but at least 5, 6, 7 questions are there from mapping category, which are very easily doable and which are part of knowledge based question itself, because mapping you do at last, you do places in the news, it is your part of knowledge and it is doable. There are some very simple questions also which become silly mistake questions also. There will be you must have analyzed that in your own paper also you are making some 2-3 silly mistakes which are very, very simple. So all this can be categorized here, right? Then there are some few questions which are solved based on knowledge and logic, or knowledge, logic, gut feeling, all these things. So have you analyzed? The deduction from this analysis is that if I have hold over my knowledge, I have hold over my static sources and static knowledge, it is very much doable that 60% of the paper is in my hand. Can you see this? 40 to 55 questions are coming from knowledge category, basic static source category. And then mapping is also based on knowledge only, right? So around 50 to 60% paper is in my hand if I have prepared enough, if I have prepared well, revised well, right? Static sources, if I'm revised so thoroughly that I'm not even getting 1 or 2 questions wrong in them, right? So this is a very much doable thing, and we must focus on these questions rather than panicking about these gut feeling based questions or hard category based questions which are less, right? So this can be done, and this chart also helps us in solving the questions. We will see it in the solving questions category. Okay, now we will move towards qualitative analysis after quantitative analysis. Okay, so we are done with quantitative. Now let us see qualitative analysis. There are 4 categories we have seen. That we will start with first category. I have added screenshots from PYQ so that illustrations get very clear. So exact questions are getting repeated with minor modifications. So let us see. After each category we will also see how to prepare, okay? Because just analysis is not helpful. Everybody knows that questions are repeating, everybody knows that PYQ is important, but how to prepare them is more important, right? So exact questions are getting repeated. Can you see that in 2014 kingdoms associated with the life of Buddha, they were asked Avanti, Gandhara, Kosala and Magadha, and here in 2015 they have asked same, just the minor changes in option, and the question is exact same, okay? So I have taken all the sets A of GS papers for this screenshots for every year so that you can go and map these questions. Then next is in this constitutional question. It is a very favorite theme of UPSC, that in 2020 they asked constitutional government definition, right? So the answer was D, limited government. In 2021, they asked constitutional government. See, exact repetition. Constitutional government, right? Again, the minor modification in options and the answer is same. Government limited by terms of constitution, right? In 2023, minor modification in the question nature, like chief purpose of constitution, but answer is again the same, defines the limit of power of the government, right? So limits, this questions revolved around limits. If you know 2020 2021 question, in 2023 it will be easy for you to figure out option C and do not get confused between other options. Are you getting this? If you know that UPSC's constant theme is this, some people will get confused between some other options. For you, as you have analyzed PYQ and you have seen PYQ, then for you, chances of getting C as right increases. You are more confident in dealing with this question compared to other people who have not done PYQ analysis. Then, in 2015, they asked, which of the following countries of Southwest Asia does not open to Mediterranean Sea? That means they are asking Mediterranean Sea bordering countries, right? 2017, they asked Mediterranean Sea is a border of which of the following country, right? Can you see the option? Syria, Jordan, Lebanon. Syria, Jordan, Lebanon. Only one option is changed, right? Exact repetition of the question. If you know this question, if you have prepared this question, you will definitely get this question right. This is the power of PYQ, right? Then, for let us suppose somebody has not prepared this, somebody is directly facing this question number 54 in 2017. For that person, this will be a difficult question if that person is not prepared. You know, some shocking question, or you know, anxiety level increases. All these things will happen. But if you are very thorough with 2015 PYQ and you are facing this question, for you it is very, very easy to deal with this question. So competition may everything will matter na. Your anxiety level is reduced, that also matters. Your confidence level is higher, that also matters. So this can be done with PYQ analysis. Then there is this one question in 2019 paper around 21st June. So 21st June concept, the person is knowing and the person is getting the answer. Exact question, same concept. Okay? In the northern hemisphere, longest day of the year normally occurs in. This is also 21st June, right? Then same 2024, 21st June, right? So this 2022 and 2024, I have myself solved in the exam hall. And I have prepared this PYQ. I know the theme. I have prepared this. For me, 2024 15 question was a cakewalk, right? I know for person who is having a static knowledge, this question is very much doable. But I have added advantage and added confidence that I know this theme repetitively. I have prepared it repetitively with focus on 21st June content and data. For me, it is a confident solving of question in the exam hall compared to the person who is solving it for the first time. So this also matters, that even if the question is very simple and it is from static source, I will be more confident in solving and attempting and marking this question in first round itself compared to the person who is solving it based on the static knowledge and having little bit cautious approach towards it. Okay, so how to prepare this category of the question? It is simple. You are solving PYQ, as many PYQ as possible, and you are knowing the concept, and you have solved the questions previously, like for example this limited government question. So directly getting answer directly, chances are increases. No added preparation is required for this category. Preparation is required for this category, that trend, theme and content or options are getting repeated, not the exact question or exact concept is getting repeated. So for this preparation we will see. Let us first see the illustrations for this category. So the thing is, whenever I used to analyze PYQ, I used to find that, and others observations might also be the same, that 2020 themes, concepts and content directly will be repeated in 7-8 questions in 2021. Same with 2021 to 2022. Same with 2022 to 2023. This I will prove with some screenshot, and this is very much proven. Everybody knows this, right? But that does not mean that I know questions from 2020, so I'll be able to solve 2021. So for this category, you have to prepare them, right? So this is the difference between this category and the first category. So let us see some illustrations. There are so many illustrations. I have just added few screenshots. So we will go through them. 2020 to 2021 we are doing, right? So they have asked about pro-nuclear transfer. Can you see in the option they have prevention of mitochondrial diseases offspring. 2021, the question is on mitochondrial diseases, right? Then 2020, they have asked regarding the Central Groundwater Authority, then groundwater irrigation status, that means water sources of India. 2021, they have asked about the again water sources, lakes and rivers and groundwater, amount of water in polar ice cap वगैरह, right? Then in 2022, they directly asked this question that which of the following constituted under Environmental Protection Act, and the answer is Central Groundwater Authority. So 2022 option C, Central Groundwater Authority was in the question of 2020 98 CGWA. So are we good with this? Okay, we are going to see how this analysis is helping. Just see the analysis first. Okay, then 2020 they asked about some crop and they have given the option cotton, jute, sugarcane, tea. Again 2021 they have asked about a crop and the options are sugarcane, right, millet, sunflower, like that. That means they are asking about crop. Crop is an important thing, and they are asking about crop again. Crop is another important thing. There is one more question in 2021 which is related to Bolgard 1 and Bolgard 2, which is related to cotton and which was an option in 2020. Done? Then in 2020 they asked about this byproduct of oil refineries, sulfur, ammonia, right? Byproduct of oil refineries. 2021 they asked furnace oil, and it is a byproduct of oil refineries. Okay, so exact repetition of the theme. Then and here also sulfur, can you see? Okay, so sulfur was here, sulfur was here. Now we are going to see this conjugate vaccines question in 2020. 2021 they asked about recombinant vector vaccine. So vaccine is the theme which is repeated. Then there is, now we will see 2021 to 2022. So we have seen that least water efficient crop was asked sugarcane, right? And they have repeated among which of the following crop anthropogenic source of methane and nitrous oxide. Again in option we have sugarcane, right? The answer is rice, but the option is like sugarcane, cotton, rice and wheat. So they are playing around few crops like sugarcane, rice, cotton, wheat, and here we can see that it has jute, tea, right? In tea also, for tea also there was a question about tea board, right? Then they have asked about Genghis Khan, Iltutmish, right? All these Mongol invasion, and they have asked on Mongol invasion in 2022, exactly after 1 year. The theme is repeated. Next is they asked about thorium, nuclear energy, right? And they asked about in 2022, and they asked about uranium enrichment in 2023. Again something related to nuclear energy. Then in 2022 they asked about Gucci. Gucci is a mushroom, right? And in 2023 they asked about mushrooms, right? 4 statements were given about mushrooms. In 2022 they asked about dynasty, and 2023 they again asked about dynasty. They have asked about bordering countries of Afghanistan in 2022, and they asked about bordering countries of Ukraine in 2023. Exact repetition of theme, just the country name is changed, the data is the change, but theme is same, right? So what is the takeaway from all these analysis? The takeaway is that if I know that something is asked this year, let us suppose 2022, nuclear energy was asked, so I will prepare something around nuclear energy, and for me dealing with this question is easier, right, compared to the other candidates. Next is if they have asked about Iltutmish and Mongol invasion and all, I will go and read about Mongol invasion in my static sources, and for me dealing with this question is easier. I know other people who have not done PYQ will be able to solve this question. This was a straightforward question, but little bit difficult also. But for me it is a confident game, right? I know that I have read Mongol. I know that this statement is right or wrong, something like that, and I will mark this question confidently in the first round. So for me it is a first round question. For others who have not prepared PYQs, maybe they will be able to solve, but that can be a second round question, less confident, right? I know that they are asking about groundwater, oil refinery products, so I have prepared something around it. For me at least eliminating the option is more confident rather than compared to the people who have not prepared. So the thing is, whatever UPSC is asking as a question, it becomes very very important for next year. We have to prepare the themes, we have to prepare the static resources for around them, and then solving 2025 paper will be little easier compared to the other candidates. I'm not saying that you will get all the questions right in 2025 based on this, but this also matters now, whether you are more confident, whether you are well prepared, whether you are thoroughly knowing the options at least. Not, let us suppose you are not knowing the answer, but you are knowing the options, limited government and all, right? Then this also gives you edge over other candidates who are not doing the PYQ analysis. This is the purpose of this exercise, right? Let us suppose I was appearing for 2023. I know in 2022 they have asked about bordering countries of Afghanistan. I will prepare 4-5 other countries and their bordering countries which are in news. So definitely Ukraine can be a very very confident question for me, right? Okay. Next is, okay, so for this I will give you one exercise, that prepare 2024 keywords. This I have followed in my every attempt. Okay, I will prepare this year's paper for next year's paper. 2024, list down all the keywords. List down keywords, list down themes, right? And prepare them. Prepare them in the sense that if they are from static, you will go and read the static sources. If they are from current, you will do it Wikipedia. We will see this in detail in our preparation aspect. Okay. Okay. So next trend is few years back theme is, or trend or content or option are getting repeated in next few years, right? So 2020 they asked about Ghanta Shala, Kadura and Chol, which are ports. In 2023 they asked about ports. Then exact repetition of theme. Then they asked about members of G20 in 2020. In 2022 they asked about G20 common framework. In 2014 they asked about wetlands. This is a constant theme of UPSC. 2022 they asked about wetlands. They have given wetlands and they have given location. In 2015 they asked about 14th Finance Commission. See, this is very beautiful question. 2023 they asked about 15th Finance Commission. So if I have done PYQ analysis, I know whenever Finance Commission is in news or it is set up or it is giving the report, they are asking question on that. So I will be alert whenever the next report is coming and I will prepare that. So this was question in 2023, 15th Finance Commission. Done. Then in 2015 they asked about description of a king, and the king they were given options. In 2023 they asked some another description and they were given options. So important kings of ancient and medieval is an important theme, right? And they have asked 2024, they have given again description of a king and we were supposed to identify the king. So I have derived that Vijayanagara kings are very very important, right? Vijayanagara kings should be thoroughly prepared. Important prominent Vijayanagara kings, right? And Vijayanagara kingdom itself is a repeated theme. Same goes with the Mughal emperors, right? They have asked about this question. Okay, we will see that question later. In 2019 they asked about Adriatic Sea, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, Mediterranean Sea, Red Sea. 2024 they asked about North Sea. All the seas in the world map in Atlas are very important. 2015 they asked about Government of India Act 1919. 2023 they asked about all these things, right? So Charter Act, Government of India Act is a constant theme. We should not neglect it. It cannot be just left out, right? In 2019 they asked about Charter Act of 1813. Done. So this analysis also helps us in finding out the major themes where we should focus while preparing. I am giving very limited illustrations, so your job is to identify other aspects of analysis. I am showing you how to do it. You have to do it on your own to get the maximum benefit. Take a printout. Take printout of at least last 5 years, right? Like 2020 to 2024. Solve them paper wise, not subject wise. In the last these days, we have to solve them paper wise. So for 2026 candidate, they have lot of time, but 2025 candidates, they still have time to do all these things. In last few days we should do PYQs only rather than any mock, right? So if you can take print out and if you can solve one paper one day like that, or at least 3 days 2 paper like that you can solve, then definitely next 10 days you will be able to do all these things, right? And what you can do, you will whenever you are solving this 2020 paper and then solving 2021 immediately, observe what is happening. You will definitely get that this is repeated, this is repeated, this is repeated, or this is an important theme like that, and you can prepare them whenever you are revising your static. Focus on all these things, focus on what is your observation between 2020 to 2021 like that. So this should be done in this last day. You should get familiarized, right? Get familiarized with the language of the PYQ, because out of these language only the final paper will be there, not the mock language, right? Mock should be practiced for our exam feeling and other aspects that is already done. So now you focus on PYQs, get familiarized, get the printout, because rather than solving digitally, getting that printout, underlining, all these things will be very helpful. And do this analysis. You solve this paper, identify the trend, identify the theme on your own, right? Focus on them. And content preparation I will tell in the next slide. Okay, 2014, 2015. So this is again a very, very favorite theme of UPSC, seasonal reversal of. So they will ask about the one of the world's climatic type, savanna, equatorial or Mediterranean or British type of climate. This should be prepared. This is a very constant theme. Every year there will be one question. Okay. 2019 they asked about the Ranyo Ashoka, in which of the edict of Ashoka or sculpture inscription it was given. And 2020 they asked about immediate repetition. 2019 they asked about Ashoka, 2020 they asked about Ashoka, right? Whoever praises the sect vagera, the description is about Ashoka. And can you see in 2022 they asked about the major rock edicts, sites of Ashoka, right? So within this limited content Ashoka, we are getting 3 questions in 3 years. So the hit ratio for PYQ is very high. If you can do the preparation of PYQ, input output is very high compared to other materials, right? So 2014 they asked about Cardamom Hill, Kaimur Hills, all the hills of India and their region. 2023 they asked about Amarkantak Hill, Biligiri, Rangan Hill and Sheshachalam Hills, right? So I will prepare all the hills of India because it is a favorite question and it is asked in UPSC. So for me dealing with this question is very easy. Then 2019 they asked about schedule. See, in 2019 one single paper they asked about question 47 9th schedule and question 50 other schedules. Okay, schedule is also important theme of UPSC. Then 2020 they asked about IAEA safeguards, again nuclear energy related topic. 2022 they asked about thorium. We have seen this. Then in 2020 they asked about carbon nanotubes. In 2023 they asked about carbon fiber, similarity, like similar concepts. So what is takeaway? We have already discussed that we have to prepare something so that we will be confident for solving the next year's paper. Now there is one more analysis, like options are getting repeated. So we will focus on question. Majority of the time students focus on question theme, right? Or what is the concepts on which questions are asked. But let me tell you, options are also very important. Options will get repeated, and if you know, if you have read, if you have prepared about these options, it will be easy for you to eliminate these options in the next year's paper. And even if you don't know, let us suppose there is a question, I don't know the answer, but I know the option, so that I will be able to take the option correct or wrong. For example, in 2015 they have asked about this Godavari tributaries. They have Vamsadhara, Indravati, Pranahita, Pennar, right? 2021 they have repeated this Vamsadhara option, right? Eastern Ghats River. So if I have prepared here Vamsadhara, I have prepared, I know the location, I know where it is flowing. For me dealing with this is very easy compared to the other candidates who have not prepared exclusively, right? So other people will also be able to answer. This is a static knowledge, right? But for them it will be little cautious or little self-doubt wala question. For me, I know this Vamsadhara very nicely, so I will be able to deal with this option very nicely, right? Other options I will eliminate based on my knowledge and all, and I will get the answer. For me the journey will be smoother to solve this question. Then next is they have asked about Barak, Lohit and Subansiri. So here which of the rivers are flowing through Arunachal Pradesh? Barak, Lohit and Subansiri. So Lohit is repeated here, right? Then river is a very important theme of UPSC. They have asked about in 2014, 2016, 2021, 2015. Every year there will be questions on river. So you cannot leave this. You have to prepare thoroughly. Exclusive focus should be given on reverse revision while doing your static. Then there is a question 2014 to they have asked about volcanic action. See this option. And it is repeated as a question in 2024. They have asked about how many of the above products are the products of volcanic eruption. So volcanic action is volcanic eruption and all. So they have prepared a exclusive question on that. Okay. Then in 2014 they asked about 10-degree channel. The options were Andaman, Nicobar, Sumatra, Java. In 2017 the options were Sumatra and Java. Okay. Next is, see, this is very classic. 2018 they asked about this pairs Bellet second experiment, blockchain technology and Cas9. 2019 they asked a question on Cas9 exclusively. Right, option is getting as repeated as question. Then blockchain in 2020 they asked blockchain technology exclusive question. Right, so if I am prepared, I know 2018 May they have asked blockchain. I will prepare something on blockchain. For me dealing with this question is very easy. Okay, at least I will be able to do better than others. I will be able to eliminate more options than others. Like that things will happen. 2019 they asked about some emperor description from Mughal. Options were Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir and Shah Jahan. So this is an important theme. I will prepare all the Mughals, emperors, etc. I will know what they have done, what is their work. And in 94 they again asked question on Mughal emperors. Right. Then in 2014 they asked about this coral reefs. Options were Andaman Nicobar, Gulf of Kutch, Mannar, Sundarbans. So I know this UPSC has already asked this. I will prepare a little bit about this. Dealing with this question is very easy. Question number 5, 2023. Right. So there are, okay, so we are done with this. We know how to what is the takeaway, that we have to prepare something around what is asked, what is the question theme, what is the option, so that dealing with other years paper will be fine. We will prepare we will see this in PYQ content preparation. Before that there are 2 more angles to PYQ analysis. So it is question nature analysis. So this I am giving you like you should do it on your own, because everybody's understanding will be different, and just a ready-made analysis will not be that helpful. Like you should imbibe all these things in your own brain and your own mind. Okay, so question nature analysis. For example, whenever you are solving 2020 to 2024, even if you have solved earlier, solve again with this approach, and solving again is not harmful. It is going to help you only. So whenever you are doing this, you start analyzing. Like in 2021 you will get some comparisons between these 2 papers. So you will see how the question nature is changing, where it was objective previous and then subjective. Like in polity it is happening, it was very objective in previous years. Now it is getting a definition kind of question or concepts kind of questions. So this if one has observed, the person will start preparing in that fashion, right? Then in 2000 I remember in 2022 they had given this hint that only 2 questions will be asked. 2023 they increased them drastically. That means some hints are there and we should catch them. Sports also, post independence questions also, they have started asking them, so people are preparing them. So please do not worry about all these things. If you have not done it, you have done enough preparation, but these are the observations. If you can catch them and if you have time to prepare them, you will be in little advantageous position only. Okay. Then so this question nature analysis you can do. You can analyze see in medieval they are asking questions on breaking down the term. For example, they will ask on Kula Dharan, right? Kula Dharan question was there. Then that means important terms. Phanam question was there, right? So important terms from medieval they are asking questions. Like that analysis you will be deriving. You will have your own analysis. I am having my own analysis. So this will happen every time you take the PYQ paper and you are solving them, and then you will start analyzing something. This is PYQ analysis, nothing more than that. Okay. Then sources analysis. This is again one important thing. People are asking like what are the sources from which UPSC is asking questions, where should I prepare and all these things. Trust me, I think this analysis is not that important. I have never done this, like what are the sources of UPSC, from where it is asking questions. It is very difficult to pinpoint those sources and take hold over them. we just can't run behind them. So without doing this, I was able to clear prelims many times. Everybody is clearing prelims. I don't think so that so many people are running behind the sources. So this you should not worry. Like even if you don't know the sources, you are able to solve the majority of the questions and able to clear prelims. So this I have never done, and I don't think so it is required also. So this is my personal advice. You can go for sources analysis if you want. Okay, so after all this analysis and type, let us see how to prepare the PYQ content. We have already seen some aspect of it, right? So if it is from static, if the theme is from static, let us suppose the world climate theme, right? It is from static. So even if you have not prepared it till yet, what you can do, you just, I referred this GC Leong book for this. So GC Leong book, what you can do, there is a section of this world climatic zone, and you just pick up the description. British type of climate means what, equatorial climate means what, the temperature, the let us suppose characteristics, special characteristics, and region, all these things. If only 2323 keywords and 2323 information if you are picking, it is done. So static, you can do it like this. And other aspects of statics, like you have already done that, you have already done modern, you have already done polity. So if the theme is repeated from that in PYQ, just focus a little more on that. Exclusive focus should be given on that theme while you are revising. No need to prepare exclusively for that. You just focus on revising. For example, river, you are revising geography. So whenever the river chapter is there, and whenever you are coming across your river notes, you will be little alert. You will be doing it, mugging up. You are putting extra energy and effort to remember all these things, because you know that this is the PYQ theme. So read from basic sources all these things and add them in your notes if you don't have it. For example, we talked about the world climatic regions and their description. So like that, whenever you are coming across any theme, please read them from static sources or add them in your notes if it is a repeated constant theme. And if you don't have, take your friend's help if you don't have time, because 2025 very less days are remaining, right? Okay, but do not panic. Even if you have not, if you have left few aspects of PYQ, it is okay. Whatever you have done is enough. This time is not to doubt and feel that this is remaining, that is remaining. Static is something which is definitely going to help you to sail this examination. I have cleared all the prelims with the help of static only. This I will say confidently. There was nothing like current किया और मेरा हो गया, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Static पे hold करो, static पे hold करो. Even if PYQ some notes are remaining or some themes are remaining, it is okay. Basic static, we have seen that subject wise analysis. So you have to go for basic static sources and basic static. Focus here. See, focus here. Polity, economy, geography, environment. Okay, based on PYQ trend, I am saying we don't know what is the trend of 2025, but what is in our hand, that should at least we should do. Okay, even if you are not doing. See, there is one more catch here. Science and tech. Can you see? There are 13, 14, 14, 9, 10, total 60. That means 12% weightage of science and tech topics. And what we do for them? Nothing. Like mostly people will do just one current affair source and they will go. Please do not do this. Try to do something from science and tech. If you have not done it already, it is okay. You will be able to deal these questions, because this is common sense wala thing. But 2026 candidate, I am saying that analyze all these things and prepare your strategy around this. It will be very helpful. Okay, 2025 candidates, it is okay not to do one or two things. Still you will be able to clear this examination. It is a competitive examination. It is not an absolute examination. Always remember this. Okay. Okay, so next is in preparation we have current wala thing. Okay, this means that things which are not covered in our static sources. So I will always Google that keyword. Okay, I will always scan Wikipedia first paragraph or the Wikipedia page, and I will just note down few important things. So for static, you don't need to make exclusive notes. Okay, for statics, no notes making. Like I used to do this, and because it is anyways there in your revision thing. Okay, but for these unknown terms, you have to Google it or read the Wikipedia or scan some pages, first page of Google search, and then you can note down it, right? And a few keywords, like 20 words, it should be finished like that. Okay, so please do not invest a lot of time. This is a time consuming activity, but you should not invest a lot of time, because it is we don't know no, which aspect the questions will be asked. It will be an endless research and notes making. So this should not be done. You should have that judgment कि कितना search करना है, कितना depth में जाना है, right? And this again can be done with the help of time limit. For example, if you are making some notes, so what you can do, I used to follow this, 1 keyword 5 minutes. ठीक है, 1 keyword 5 minutes. 5 मिनट में Wikipedia first page और Google first document, whatever I want to read, I will just make down notes. Scanning itself is a very good activity. Seeing the images related to this topic is a very good activity. This will help. Let us see how we can make that. Okay, so in 2020 I appeared for this prelims. So 2012 last 10 years I had prepared. So 2011 I had prepared. Okay, so it is like Brent crude oil. So I have googled it. I will find a good source, and I know that what are the classifications, what are the regions, what are the characteristics, all this some information I was having. 2020 the question was the term West Texas Intermediate, sometimes found in the news. I have not read it in news, but I know it was a PYQ. I have the knowledge, and it for me solving this question was a cakewalk, right? Like that. Then next is again 2022 I had attempted this prelims. I have prepared 10 years PYQ. So I have prepared this 2014 questions, right? Which of the following does not belong to the class of other three? So in this question, it helped me, PYQ helped me in getting the answer directly, right? Crude oil. But in this question, PYQ helped me in eliminating the option. For example, so it is talking about crab, mite, scorpion and spider. So I have read Wikipedia page for all them. I have my notes. I know a little bit about all of them, even if not the thoroughly, but little bit about all of them. In 2022, I know that this, can you see this? Crab is repeated and spider is repeated. So even if I don't know the answer exactly, I know about this because of my notes, and I was confidently eliminating them in first go itself. Okay? Confidently eliminating, no confusion at all. Okay? So I am remained with ant and cockroach. So it is a 50-50 question for me, which is a very much doable question. After little bit logical deduction, I marked ant, and it is the right answer. Are you getting this? So if they are not helping you directly to get the answer, they will definitely help to eliminate some of the options, and your chances of getting the question right increases. This is the power of PYQ. For that, notes making is important, not just analysis. So see, I am just doing analysis. Okay, I will remember 2025-22. I will just see this and I will feel that 2014 में उन्होंने ये question पूछा था जिसमें crab and spider था. This is my analysis. But how it is going to help me unless and until I am going to prepare the content for them, then only I will be able to solve it. ठीक है? So not just analysis, but content preparation is important. And then this content preparation is helping you in solving the answer. This content preparation helped me in solving this answer. So PYQ solving is the natural byproduct of PYQ analysis and PYQ content preparation. So please remember this. We go for PYQ solving, we'll just look for some elimination technique, right? And tricks. Okay? But if you are analyzing PYQ and if you are making the content, PYQ solving will be a natural byproduct. At least your ratio of attempt, okay? At least your ratio of right question getting right, this increases compared to the previous version of you where you have not done PYQ analysis. Okay, so then there are three categories: knowledge based, logic based and gut feeling based. For me, I will always divide them in categories because I used to follow this, that the knowledge based question I will deal with on knowledge only. So knowledge based question means questions from basic and static sources, or questions who are having very objective information, current affairs sources, schemes related questions. So for me, the knowledge based category was like this, right? And I never used to apply any logic or trick here. I used to derive the answer based on knowledge, okay? Because the chances of getting the answers right increases if I am applying only knowledge in this. If I am applying logic and tricks, sometimes you will get the questions right, but many times it will fall in trap of getting the question wrong. This is my personal experience, and I teach my student in this fashion only. You may go ahead with your own method, because changing method is not advisable. You can go ahead, but this is I'm telling my approach. Logic based questions will be like questions which are not covered in basic sources, but some information about them. So you cannot leave this question. You can apply some logical deduction, you can eliminate the option, and you will be able to get the answer. The chances are very high that you will be able to get the answer. Then there are gut feeling based question. No logic will be applied here, no knowledge will be applied here, because you don't know this question exactly. But if you start leaving the questions because you don't know, then your number of attempt will be like 65 to 70, and which is not a good attempt. We have to attempt around 90. For me it was a range of 90. For somebody it will be 95, somebody it will be 85. Okay, so to do this we have to take logical guesses, we have to go with our gut feeling, and this is a last resort, but we have to take that calculated risk in order to increase the attempt, in order to maximize the score. Okay, so we will just see this. So this helps us in doing this. Knowledge based is very high, which can be doable based on static. Logic based is derived from knowledge only, so it is also again doable. Like 50, 60, 70% of the logic based category questions will go right based on knowledge. Gut feeling is very less, 9, 10, 4, 4, 8, but we have to deal with them. Okay, so knowledge based questions are like this. Can we see 2022 they asked about Northern Hemisphere, that 21st June wala question, right? In 2022 again they asked this Central Groundwater Authority. You know it, then you know it. Otherwise you cannot guess, no? Like this can be, this can be. Yes, you will be able to eliminate this. Like Central Water Commission formed was little later, so this is not the, let us suppose this was formed in some other year, so this is not the option. You are eliminating this, but you are not eliminating this based on any logic. You have knowledge that this was not the year for this, or this was not the act for this, then you are eliminating this. I'm just hypothetically explaining. Okay. Then here also you will feel that I am eliminating some option. So this is not based, and I am eliminating some of the options because I am eliminating some of them. Okay, so this is not like logic. You have knowledge about all these things, then you are able to eliminate them, and then you are getting the answers. So these are all knowledge based questions. Here also, if you know the concept of foreign direct investment, then you will be able to solve this. You will take something right or wrong, and then you will eliminate some option. You will feel that I am applying elimination technique. So this is not the case. You are just applying your knowledge, and then you are trying to find the answer. This is not logical, this is a knowledge based question. Here also the Harappan question. Okay, so what are the logic based questions according to my analysis? So it will be like this. So Vietnam is not covered in our basic sources, Vietnam economy and all, right? But we have some knowledge about Vietnam, we have some knowledge about all these options, so we can apply some logic and we can deduct the answer. So we know that Vietnam is one of the fastest growing economies of the world in recent years. So see, I will just explain my way of solving the questions. So this I will deal with in other video in detail manner, but here also let us suppose. So whenever there are options, I will read all of them, then I will think about which is the right, most क्या बोलते इसको, right way में जो दिख रहा है या फिर wrong दिख रहा है, that option I will take and I will go and eliminate the options. ठीक है, so let us read. I will read all of them, then only I will judge. So what happens, I have seen this in many students practice, that they will read one, they will think this is right or wrong, they will just go and eliminate something and get the answer. Here the chances of getting question wrong increases. So read all of them, then decide which option you want to take it, right or wrong. That is confirm. Okay. Vietnam has been one of the fastest growing economies in the world in the recent years. Okay. Vietnam is led by multi-party political system. I don't know. I literally don't know. So I am taking this on hold. Okay. This option is sounding little okay for me. Okay. Then for Vietnam's economic growth is linked to its integration with global supply chains and focus on export. Yes, this I have read somewhere. So I am feeling this can be right. I'm just feeling. Okay. So for a long time, Vietnam's low labor cost and stable exchange rates have attracted global manufacturers. Yes, this is something I have already read, because this is the case with all the developing countries, right? So they have these characteristics. So this for sure I know. This for sure I know that this is right. For sure. Okay. Then still I will read fifth option. Vietnam has the most productive e-service sector in the Indo-Pacific region. This cannot be right, because we know in Indo-Pacific region there are other countries which are having such a high level of productive e-service sector. Okay. So see, I don't know, I don't have knowledge about Vietnam's e-service sector, but I have knowledge about other e-service sector. Logically this option cannot be right. Okay. So I'm taking 4 as right, because I know this is the characteristics of all the developing countries in this region. And Vietnam, I have heard about this for Vietnam. So 4th is right. Definitely out of this, I can go for sure for fourth. So fourth is there in option A and option C, right? So B is eliminated, D is eliminated, right? So then automatically 5 is the wrong choice, right? So 2 and 4 and 1 3 4. So 2 and 4 and 1 3 4. Okay, so let us see. So one, Vietnam has been one of the fastest growing economies in the world in the recent year. This is a very straightforward, simple statement. This is not an objective statement. This is a subjective statement and a little safer statement. Compared to this is an objective statement. Vietnam is led by a multi-party political system. Okay, this is a very very objective question. Sorry, option. Okay, so if I know it is a multi-party or single party, then only I will be able to make this right. But for one, this is a easygoing option. Vietnam has one of the fastest growing economy in the world for the recent year. So given a choice, I don't know about this question, given a choice to choose between 1 and 2, because I have to attempt, I have already reduced it to 50-50. Now I have to logically think which is the correct option, right? So this 50-50 you should not leave. You should go ahead and attempt, because chances are like 50% your question will go right, right? So rather than taking 2 as right, I am feeling 1 as right. Let us see. Now I will read the option 3. Vietnam's economic growth is linked to its integration to the global supply chain and focus on export. Okay, so option 1 and option 3 is going in sync very well. Okay, so I don't know exactly, but still given a choice, I will go for 1 3 and 4 rather than 2 and 4, because one statement is very safe. Rather than rejecting one statement, I will go to accept it and I will reject 2, even if I am not knowing these things. Okay, so I'll mark C, and which is the right answer. So this is the way of solving logical questions. This is my way. Other people can have their own way. Okay, so to 2023, let us solve this question. That consider the following statement. Some mushrooms have medicinal properties. Okay, let us read other option. See, I'm following my pattern. I will read all the options. I will think about whether this is right or wrong, or keep it on hold, and then only I'll think about the answers. No hurry in choosing the answer. Some mushrooms have psychoactive properties. Okay, maybe, may not be, I don't know. Some mushrooms have insecticidal properties. Okay, some mushrooms have bioluminescent properties. Okay, so the thinking pattern in such a questions will be, this is an environment question, this is a biodiversity kind of question. So I will think about that some mushrooms have medicinal property. I know that mushrooms having medicinal property, this option is okay for me, but I don't know about psychoactive properties or insecticidal properties. But I will think about variety of the mushroom of the world. Okay, so what is the variety of mushroom in the whole world? It is thousands, lakhs, or maybe crores. Okay, so this is such a huge biodiversity across the globe, and I have no knowledge. I have no knowledge about all the varieties of mushroom, right? See, this question is unknown question, but if I am forced to attempt it, how I am going to think and attempt, I am explaining that. Okay, I have no knowledge about all the varieties of the mushroom in the world. So with my limited knowledge, I cannot say that some mushrooms have bioluminescent properties. Oh, I have never seen a mushroom with this property, so this option is wrong. If I am doing this, then I am, judging the option based on my limited knowledge, because I don't have knowledge about lakhs of varieties of mushrooms across the world. Even one mushroom in this whole world is showing this property. This statement is right. Even one mushroom in this whole world is having insecticidal property. This statement is right. Even one mushroom in the whole world is having psychoactive properties. This statement is right. So rather than rejecting these statements, because based on my limited knowledge, I will go and take them as right, because chances are very 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 high that these statements will be right. Even if one mushroom is having this property, I will go and mark as D. This is my pattern of thinking. Okay, same goes with other. I will apply this logic in other questions also. So this is not a knowledge based question. I don't have knowledge, but I can apply my logic and get this answer. So this is a logic based question. 2023, there was this question. Statement 1. Marsupials are not naturally found in India. Those who were attempting 2023, for them this was little unknown. Now the sources are updated, so people are knowing about this animal. Okay, this animal type. Then okay, so let me see this. Marsupials are not naturally found in India. I don't know. I will keep this on hold. Statement 2. marsupials can thrive only in mountain grassland. Okay, I don't know, but it is also saying with no predators. So these two words are sounding very, very absurd for me. I have never read about any animal which is having no predator. It is very rare, right? At least me is having this concept that every animal will have its predator and there is a food chain and all these things. So the moment I will read this, I am feeling this very absurd. I feel that this is just a made up statement. This is an absurd and illogical statement. I am taking this as wrong. Okay? So if statement 2 is wrong, my answer is directly there. Statement 2 is incorrect and statement 1 is correct. I don't even need to think about this statement 1 and don't need to break my head over this statement 1 whether this is right or wrong, something like that. So these statement based questions are very beautiful, because even if you find one statement as wrong or right, you can get the answer between C and D. You have to check the options also. Many times they are following this pattern, but maybe they can change this pattern also. But this is the beauty of this question. Even if you know one statement as right or wrong, you will directly get the answer. You don't need to think about other statement, but you have to be very firm which statement is right and which statement is wrong. Okay. There is one more thing how I solve this question is this will not be applied here, but you can add this, like statement 1 I am reading, marsupials are not naturally found in India, and as this is like explanation based, I will add a word because. Okay. So I will read this. Marsupials are not naturally found in India because marsupials can thrive only in mountain grasslands with no predator. So this A and B is not the answer here. So because is not applied here. But whenever there is statement and 1 and 2 based, you add this because word and you try to read statement 1, then add because, then statement 2. Then if 1 and 2 are going in sync with the because word, then the answer, and both are correct, then the answer is A, right? If both are correct but adding because is not making them in sync, then the answer is B. Are you getting this? You try this in other questions and you will see the difference. So many students are confused in this statement based question, so I thought of adding this also. Okay, so the 2024 paper I have solved in exam hall. So I'll tell you exact exam hall logic. So consider the following statement. How many of the above have poisonous species among them? So this is the screenshot from my actual 2024 paper. Can you see this? I have marked this black, and then later when at home I was checking, I have marked them in red whether I am getting this answer right or wrong. Okay. So the options are poisonous species and options are butterfly, fish and frog. Now I know many of my friends and many of my students have rejected butterflies, and option is 2. Somebody has rejected some other animal and option is 2 or 1, something like that. But I would say again the same logic. In this biodiversity in whole world, whole universe, right? The biodiversity is so huge that I don't have knowledge about all the butterflies, all the fish and all the frogs, right? Even if one frog is poisonous, this option is right. Even if one fish is poisonous, this option is right. Even if one butterfly in this whole universe is poisonous, right? This option is right. I mean the whole planet Earth. Done? So the chances of all these options are right are very, very, very high. If you are rejecting this butterfly, let us suppose somebody is saying that no, butterflies are not poisonous and this option is wrong. That means you have knowledge of lakhs of species of butterflies across the world with scientific evidence, right? With scientific evidence that no species of the butterfly is poisonous. And this is a very hard statement to be proved logically, even scientifically, logically. That's why rather than rejecting, I will go and accept this, right? I will go and accept this. This is my way of solving. Okay? And this has worked like wonders every time. Now, this I applied in exam hall. I got this and I got C and I just moved ahead. And I have seen this pattern in so many questions in PYQ. So I was confident also. I did not even think twice before marking this, right? Somebody will, be confused whether I should mark 3 or 2 and will invest 10 seconds in this. I did not even do that. I just read it. I just marked C and went ahead. Can you see there is no scribbling also? Like this, I have not even scribbled here, nothing. I just read here. I just poisonous. Okay, 1, 2, only 3 and I went ahead. There is no like here, no scribbling. I was very confident for this question. Okay, so this is PYQ help, that you will save that 10 seconds which somebody else is investing in thinking about these questions. Okay, then and every second will matter in the prelims, right? Okay, so consider the following countries. So Italy. Okay, which of the following countries are frequently mentioned in media for their low birth rates, aging population and declining population? This question is also again from my 2024 paper. I have taken the screenshot of my PDF. Okay, so so definitely we all have read about Japan, right? So Italy, definitely I will keep it on hold because I have not exclusively read about Italy. So I am not, not doing right or wrong here. Can you see this? No right or wrong here. Okay. So then Japan, yes, right. Nigeria, wrong, definitely. South Korea, yes, I have heard. South Africa, wrong. So I am remained with option only. So I have, eliminated Nigeria. So eliminated B and eliminated D. That's it. I am remained with A and C. Can you see this? Right. So 1, 2, 4 and 2 and 4. So the option which I am going to think about is Italy, right? So tell me, I don't have knowledge about this question. I have not read about all these countries and their birth rate and all these things. This is not my static syllabus, right? And current affair also, it is purely luck if somebody is coming across all this news, and somebody might skip this. And even if after reading this, somebody will not have that, hold over this topic. So this is a logic based question for me. So I applied the logic, right? That which of the above countries are frequently mentioned in media for their low birth rate and aging population? Tell me, Japan is a developed country. South Korea is a developed country. All developed countries will have some or the other characteristics as similar. So Italy is a developed country. Definitely the demographic changes in Italy, Japan and South Korea will be on similar trend rather than a very dissimilar trend, right? So people rejected Italy because they did not read it exclusively in media. But tell me, can this be logic that Italy, Japan and South Korea are developed country? Similarity of trend will be higher. So rather than rejecting Italy, I will take Italy as right and mark A. Can you see? I have not even confused between B, C and D or A and C. I just thought A and C is remaining option as I eliminated B and D and I marked A. That's it. Okay, so please do not unnecessarily confuse yourself. Please do not unnecessarily stress over some other keywords and think about something else and reject options and go for a dangerous choice. Like you are rejecting Italy, that means you know about Italy's birth rate, you know about Italy's aging population, and you know that it is not declining in any part of the Italy. This is very difficult to be proven. Rather than if Italy's 1% of the population is facing all these things, this option is right. Right? So this is logical deduction and understanding and solving way. Okay, so gut feeling based question. Now, in 2021, they asked this question: which of the following is a filter feeder? So gut feeling based, logic based me, at least you know some options. See, you knew about Japan and South Korea. You knew about some fish faces and frog faces and all those things. So logic based is little, you okay to deal with. But gut feelings are like something which in actual exam hall you have to trust whatever you are thinking and you have to go ahead with that. If you have prepared nicely, right? If you have not prepared and then only you are taking gut feeling based logics and guesses, it will be little wrong, है ना? So for example, 2021, the question was there that which of the following is a filter feeder? I literally do not know any of this, like filter feeder. I have heard this for the first time. But when I see the option catfish, octopus, oyster and pelican, the moment I will read oyster, I remember the shape of the oyster, right? Something like that. Somebody, if they have seen oyster or they have seen the image of the oyster, they will remember the shape. So I just applied this logic, that my gut feeling, that not logic because I don't even know catfish and octopus and all these things. My gut feeling is that oyster shape is like that, water goes into it like that, and we know that the things are getting collected in oysters inside. So filter and then feeder, something logic, something gut feeling I applied. Not, this is not a logic, this is gut feeling. Okay, so this I applied and I marked C. Okay, okay, so this was right. Most of the times the gut feeling based questions will go right if you have good observational skill or you have good preparation. See this question, this was like observation wala question, right? And this is little difficult to attempt because you are applying all these things, but in actual exam hall, taking this as all right and marking and bubbling this question is a very courageous thing. Okay, so practice this in your PYQ so that you will have that gut feeling and courage to do that question. There are only few questions, 4-5 questions will be there like this in actual paper. So but you should develop that courage. Okay, in 2020 that this question was there. The Vital Vidvansak, the first monthly journal to have untouchable people as its target audience, was published by. Now Never ever I have heard this in life. 2020 I attempted in actual exam hall. I read the option Gopal Baba Walangkar, Jyotiba Phule, Mohandas Gandhi, and Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Now, my pattern of thinking and gut feeling was like Jyotiba, for Jyotiba Phule ji, I know all of his literature. Okay? Whatever book he has published, major books I know. Okay? And everybody who has done good preparation, they will be knowing it. I have never heard about all these things which are with Vansak. Okay? Same with Gandhiji. We have prepared enough for Gandhiji. Whoever is reading for this examination, the person has definitely come across the literature of Gandhiji and everything. So B and C, I have never read. Okay? That these personalities have written something like this. So based on my gut feeling, I eliminated B and eliminated C. Then now Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, same. I have never heard, but still I was little confused because it is talking about untouchable people. Then I realized that whatever Ambedkarji was writing, it was more on like he was having very sophisticated and English terms for his literature. So this is Vitar Vidvansak is looking something very aggressive and very Vidvansak. So this word itself says that this is very aggressive, this is very explosive kind of literature, or maybe title, not literature. I don't know about this literature. So based on my gut feeling, I felt that Ambedkarji may not write this, and maybe Gopal Baba Walangkar, which is option which I have not read about, and this can be written by him, because I have the gut feeling that Ambedkarji may not write this literature. That's it. Based on this gut feeling, in actual exam hall, I did A as right. Okay, this is the right option. So these are the questions which you cannot leave just by looking that I am finding it very difficult to attempt. You have to apply your gut feeling and make them, solve them and make them right. This is 2024. I have taken the screenshot from my own paper. See this, I have written is blind. Blind means gut feeling. Okay. So it is talking about in the recent past which of the following have been constructed as greenfield projects. Okay. So now greenfield, I at least know that greenfield means from scratch. So something from scratch is being developed. Okay. So Dhoni Polo Airport, I don't even know where it is located, and I have not heard this name. Kushinagar International Airport, I have heard the name. Vijayanagara International Airport. So the moment I am reading Vijayanagara, I am feeling that, sorry, Vijayawada, I am feeling that Vijayawada Airport, Vijayawada city is very old. It is impossible that the airport is, constructed just 1-2 years ago. It has a very, large legacy, huge legacy. The city is very prosperous and all these things. So I felt that based on my gut feeling that it is impossible that Vijayawada is having a greenfield project now for international airport. So I eliminated this option. I eliminated B, C and D, and I got the answer. Can you see this? So these are gut feeling based questions. I think some people will have a knowledge base for this. I had no knowledge base. For me, it became a gut feeling based question. So you have to identify your gut feeling based questions, your hard category questions, your knowledge based questions, your logic based questions. For everybody, it will be different based on their preparation level. Okay? And you can go ahead dealing with this question. Right there. So that your number of attempt will increase, your chances of getting questions right will increase. And do not fear, like if you have practiced PYQ enough, if you have applied all these things in your test papers, not mock paper, I am saying that PYQ test paper, if you have applied all these things, if you have practiced here, deducted something like that, then for you attempting such a questions in actual exam hall is easy. For me, this happened in 2024. I have applied a lot of things in 2024. Even in exam hall, I was feeling that, oh my god, I don't know whether I will get this right or wrong, but at least I was comfortable in applying all those things and attempting more and getting the marks more. So I scored very good in 2024, cleared forest cutoff itself. Okay, so this is it for this session. I will try to make some other videos if I get some other type of PYQ analysis or question solving approach. I will try to make it for 2024 because this is a very recent paper and I have myself solved this in actual exam hall. So I will try to make a video how I solved all the questions in 2024. Okay, so that's it for this session. I wish you very all the best. and please do all these 2 exercises in what I have told in this session. Definitely they will help you in giving the edge over others who are not doing PYQ. So you have to do 2024 PYQ content at least. Okay, at least if you have time. See, it is, I have told to all my students to do 2024 PYQ content, even if there is a time crunch for 2025. You have to do 2024 PYQ content, and other papers, na 2023, 2022, you can take your call whether you want to do it or leave it, considering the time crunch, because even if you are not doing it, it won't hamper that much, because you have already done your static, your current, your PYQ, your mapping, all these things are done. So don't worry for all these things. But if you can do it, stretch yourself a little bit, not just under stress and all, and you can try to cover some things from 2023, 2022. See, eliminate if you have time crunch now, so forget the static part. You can leave. 50 to 60 questions it will be left, and you are remaining with 30 to 40 questions for which you need to prepare the content from 2023 to 2022. And you can do this as activity between your static and current affairs revision, like that. You can take half an hour. You can Google few keywords, few important things that you feel is right. All these things you can do, and you can for next at least a few 10 days, 10-11 days you can do this. You will feel more confident. Okay, if you feel more confident, then also it is very advantageous to do this activity. And this is a very highly input output oriented activity. You have seen the input output ratio of PYQ. If we are reading 10 books and 10 current affair booklets, and if we are getting few questions, then consider this input output compared to PYQ. We are doing 2024 or 2023, just these 100 200 questions, and the hit ratio is higher. Okay, so this is the importance of PYQ. Do this 2024 content. Do PYQ nature analysis. These are the 2 things that you can do on your own. Rest of the things I have covered in this session, so that it is easier for you. I thought that the time is very less for 2025, so I should do that subject wise analysis and category wise analysis myself and tell you how to do it. But rest of the things, please do it on your own, so that you will feel confident and you will be confident while attempting 2025. All the very best. Thank you so much for listening to this session.